Hello, everyone. Good morning. I have my drink, I have my coffee. Let's chit chat a little bit. We're going to be talking about the current energies in the world, what the universe is pushing us to do, because I don't know if I'm in sync or what, but I've just found increasingly more and more. I just feel like my subconscious is tapped in. Like, I'm very sensitive to the energies of the world. I'm very sensitive and aware of where I am in life. And I'm finding that it's not just me. And a lot of us are going through this collective experience. So I'm going to share what I'm going through right now. And hopefully, oh, why did they honk at me? I'm just driving. I'm just a girl. And hopefully you will find that this resonates with you. If you're new to my channel, my name is Isata here. I love to talk about personal growth, manifestation. I love an authentic lifestyle vlog. If that sounds like your jam, please stick around. I love to have you here. I've been saying this for a while. Honestly, I felt this energy in 2024, but it's gotten a little bit more precise this time around. Top of the year energy. In the last 6 months, I've had a real awareness of where I have been in the last 5 years, my wins, my challenges. Oh no! I did leave my backpack. I just have to go, y'all. I'm running late for work. I'm all over the place. I'm scrambled. I'm off of 4 hours of sleep because I wanted to be so spontaneous last night and say F it for the plot. Zone, zone, zone to it. Zone to it. Actually, I don't regret it. No regrets. But right now, I'm feeling like my brain is a little scrambled, like it's a little fried. I'm not gonna lie. So let's try to get this message out good and concise. Woo! In the last 6 months, there's been a hyper awareness of where I have been the last 5 years, the wins, the ups, the downs, and the challenges. And specifically, what are the things that I've been wanting for the last 5 years that I've made little to no progress on? Because I want to know what it takes for me to not have that happen in the next 5 years, okay? So that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been sizing things up. Like, we need to be intentional. We need to be aware when we're going through life. If we're just floating with no awareness, with no direction, we're going to be pushed and pulled and tugged every which way, okay? This is the shot that we have on at life, and it's precious, and we should be intentional. We should honor that, and we should value that. Right now is a time where we're stepping into fearlessly being ourselves, unapologetically being ourselves. That life that you dream of, where you are doing everything that you want. You know the dream version of you. You know how they feel. You know what they do. You know that picture that you've had in your head your entire life probably. So whatever you see yourself doing before there was even a conditioning, or before your dreams even got stifled, or before you were told to play small. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know who that person is. That version of yourself is attainable. You're meant to reach it. If you can see it, if you can picture it, if you can feel it, that version of yourself is real. So now the question is, how do we get from where we are right now to there? The thing is, the universe wants you to get there. God wants you to win. God is on your side. A lot of the time, or most of the time, or every time, it is you. You're the one who is getting in the way of of what you need to be doing, where you need to be. Anything that I had not attained in the last 5 years, I can't put that on anyone but myself. So it starts with awareness. Awareness of where you currently are, where you've been, and where you want to go. Being aware of where you've been is by no means to keep you stuck there or keep you dwelling in that space. That information can very much be used and alchemized in this quest of finding our best and highest self. Once you are aware of where you've been, where you are, be really aware of where you are. There's something that happens when you shift inwardly. Like, what's crazy up to, like, really quick, I'm gonna get into the what's crazy about it to me. Years ago, I did not have awareness. I remember, I can flash back vividly a moment when I was 21 years old and I was in the car and I just felt like an empty vessel. My vibration was so low. I was acting so out of accordance of my highest good and where I should be. I was so lost. I literally was sitting there in the car and I couldn't feel anything. I was numb. I couldn't feel anything. I felt like an empty shell. I felt like no life. And I mean, maybe that is some type of awareness because I knew that I was numb, but that numbness was like a lack of awareness, a lack of, like, I wanted to be disconnected from my body. My habits, my thoughts, who I was, it was so I don't like these camions, I don't like these drugs, was so out of line. Am I going the right way still? Lord have mercy. Was so out of was so unaligned with who I was meant to be that your girl was feeling numb. And it's like brick by brick, I built myself from that point to be this person who feels the sun on my skin and knows when my heart rate might be spiking up because I'm triggered about something, and knows when I should speak up because something rubbed me the wrong way. All of these things, or knows when I'm just doing the right thing. I don't know. It's a skill to be aware, because most of my life I can speak to it, because most of my life I walked around this bitch numb. It's like I was just surviving, just floating in the wind, like just directionless, just going every which way that things were pushing, and I was just numbing myself. I wasn't honoring myself. I wasn't like tapped in. I tried to be removed from myself because, speaking about condition, we get conditioned to devalue our emotions, our inner state, our mentality. We get conditioned that West. We get conditioned that logic and science and realness is like more valid than that. Our body speaks to us in amazing ways. We need the body, we need the emotions, we need the sensitivity, we need the intuition just as much as we need the practicality, sometimes even more. Your intuition, your gut can call things out before it even makes sense, and your logic mind is moving in a way that really doesn't serve you, especially when you are the outlier, when you are not like everyone else. I used to have a friend, and keyword use, she would always like throw statistics at me when I would speak about my dreams or where I wanted to be. And it never resonated because, bitch, I'm an outlier. What you talking about statistics for? My whole life is an anomaly. This whole thing is already not the statistic. I'm already on the outside. F a statistic. It came back. I've always had trouble saying that word. Fuck a statistic. Like, honestly, what does a statistic got to do with anything? We're not ordinary. You don't have to be ordinary. F a statistic, especially if that's what this is. That's what you're using to tell you that it's unlikely for what you truly want to happen to happen. Anyway, we're aware of our current state. Now we can focus in and zone into what it takes to get us from where we are right now to where we need to be. For me, that awareness has been kicking in. Like, the intention, like, I can't nudge it. I can't ignore it. I've been fiending, yearning for a higher vibration. It just has not, like, the things that bring my vibration down, my awareness, like, just zooming into that, and I've been convicted more and more and more to not do those things, to not use my precious life source energy into to let go of those things, because I see it as distractions. I see it as things that are holding me down. What's on the other side of that is a life of regret due to the things that I haven't done. Look at me looking back at 5 years and I'm like, oh, I'm still having this goal. That's why I'm on YouTube. I realized 5 years ago I wanted to do YouTube, and I'm like, dang, I'm still not on this bitch. It's gotta change, because we cannot go another 5 years and I'm like, oh, it was a dream, or it's been a dream of mine since middle school and I haven't done anything towards it. What kind of sense does that make? At that point, people are just gonna be like, all right. Even me, I'm gonna be like side-eyeing myself, like, all right, ma'am. Like, we've been singing the same old tune for the last decades. No, that's not how we're supposed to live life, out of fear to step out of our own box because we're told that we got to be small, or we're told we got to be in the statistics, or we're told that we have to play it safe. No, that's not how I want to live my whole life. And if you're anything like me, that's not how you want to live your life either. So all of that, I've been feeling drawn to dare to choose myself and what's right for me, those things that I know that I need to go towards, regardless of how hard and uncomfortable it is, because I've been just on autopilot with these habits that aren't even me, that don't even serve me, that I've picked up to dilute myself, to belittle myself, to distract myself. And now I'm not sharing my gifts, and now my mind isn't the sharpest, and now my energy isn't the highest. Y'all, I love it when my energy is vibing high. I'm already energetic, radiant. I always get compliments on my energy. Imagine if you are a person who always gets compliments on your energy, imagine if you did what you needed to do. You were getting enough sleep. You were drinking your water. You weren't spending the time on this addiction or this habit that's like been draining you. Whether it's whether it's your phone. Yes, this is a real. These dopamine things, these dopamine kids, don't. We're wasting our dopamine on things like our phone or marijuana or alcohol or pornography or talking on the phone, gossiping. We don't talk about these things that are psychological, sociological, sorry guys, fluff brain, addictions. We don't talk about the things that are psychological addictions like they're actually a problem. Like, this shit is so normalized. I grew up hearing, oh, weed is good for you. It's just a plant. Like, no, that shit is stifling you. At the end of the day, nothing that is outside of you can raise your vibration. Everything that you need to raise your vibration is within you. Something like weed, natural, not natural, that shit is bringing you down. Or at least I can speak for myself, it brings me down. Shoot, I'm about to quit that shit. I'm on the way. Ain't even about to. Tomorrow's my last day. I laugh because I've been going through this journey for a long time. I laugh to keep from crying because I've been stifled and like held down by this recreational. Jeez, please don't judge my speech right now. I'm fuming. I'm over here talking about get your sleep, and I didn't get my sleep last night. So don't make me an example. Don't make my actions an example. Freak, I even forgot what I was gonna say. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say for real. So in my personal journey, I've been struggling codependency in all transparency on with marijuana. I hate publicly admitting that, but I've been struggling with a codependency with that. That is something that I feel like I've been giving my time, energy, money to, and it's no longer serving me. And I had to take an honest look at myself and like, yes, you're saying you want A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and yes, deep down, I wholeheartedly believe that you will have it one day, but girl, you're gonna have to let go of certain things. And in that equation, I've been trying to make weed fit in that equation so bad. I've been trying to hold on to it so bad. I've been trying to make it part of my identity so bad. I had to take an honest look at myself. This thing is not adding anything to me. It brings me down. It makes me self-conscious. It puts me in my head. Like, and I thought, and I had to really think, and it's been on my mind for a while. How did this start? Why do I feel this way? What triggers me? I know I can let it go. I am letting it go. I've been drawn and called to take at least a year off for so long, and every time I chicken out, I take 3 months, I take 4 months, and I go back. I wholeheartedly believe this will be the year that I say goodbye to this codependency, this addiction, may I say, that is not serving me. I'm daring to choose me, something that I've seen part of my life that I've been trying to hold on, and I try to convince myself makes me feel better, makes me feel happy, makes me more creative. No, it's gotten to a point where it doesn't. And if you don't watch out, and if you're not aware, you look up and something that did maybe once add a little spark into your life sometime 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you look up and reality has changed. I pause right there. It's future me recording from editing, and I just wanted to come in and clarify this because I don't think that I did. I'm saying my specific personal story with this little herbo or whatever, but you could be going through this similar journey with anything. Your current relationship, the state that you live in, the job that you work, your friend circle. Like, it could be any habit, people, place, thing, like fill in the blank. Point of the story is, a lot of us have something that's holding us back from reaching our highest potential. The universe, God is pushing those things out. Again, God is on our side. God wants us to win. So it's becoming heavier on our spirit to hold on to these things that are no longer serving us. Some things that we've been holding on to, that we identify with, that we've been scared to go without with, just things that have been a security. Because the thing is, there's a version of you that attached to this thing probably for your greater good. You're probably attached to this thing out of wanting love or wanting support, or like this probably was doing something for you once upon a time, but you are outgrowing it. And this elevated version of yourself, it can't bring that with you. And you might have had like a feeling on your spirit that, okay, maybe I can't, but it's like undoubtedly so. Now, I need to stop with the big words today because clearly today is not the day. And you can't deny it. God is like, like if I haven't made it clear, I'm making it clear. And there's always grace, there's always love, there's always compassion. Like, I'm not saying that if you hold on to these things, your life is gonna combust and you are missing your one shot to getting one. No, there's so much grace, but it's gonna get heavier and your life is gonna be harder until you let that shit go. Okay, and you won't really see what you're trying to see until you let that shit go. So I'm sorry, boo-boo, but it might be time to break up with that man. It might be time to let that shorty go. It might be time to take a leap of faith and start putting in them job applications, okay? Because that company ain't for you. Whatever it is in your life, you know, the one thing that's coming in your life that you're thinking of, you know what it is you need to let go. That one thing that you know is not for you, but you're terrified of what might happen if you choose yourself instead. It's a courageous thing to do. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify because I didn't want to, if I didn't make it clear, this story could fit for like anything. We're all going through this situation. We're all going through this situation in some shape, way, or form. This is what my story looks like. All right, okay, back to the video. So I had to really think about and be really honest with myself. Like, this is not something that can go on with me. This is not something that can go on with me. This is energy that I should be putting into YouTube. This is energy that I should be putting into my body, making it look good, making it feel good. This is energy that I should be putting into work, my career. Like, I don't have time for this. When I'm high, I be all mumbling, all in my head, all shy. I look tired. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm out here representing myself and I'm like, just like not even clear-headed for what? For what? So at this point, whatever discomfort, whatever attachment, I'm just gonna have to go through it. It'll be temporary on the grand scheme of things. And I know I'll feel better. You feel the differences after a week. If you're a habitual smoker, take a week off, your dreams start coming back, you got a pep in your step, you got 1 week, imagine 1 month, 1 year. You know, I haven't done more than 4 months. These are the real truths. You gotta be really honest with yourself. Take a good, plain look at yourself. Take a good, plain look at yourself. Since I've picked up this habit that doesn't serve me, I haven't taken more than 4 months off. What? I'm like, I think, unless I'm forgetting, that's crazy. That's crazy. There's holes all in, through, up and out of my aura, my vibration. Again, I'm getting compliments on my energy. Imagine if my energy was full, was whole. Why am I like running away from myself? Why am I trying to dilute myself? Literally. It starts with being honest and real about yourself, real to yourself. You cannot have a fragile ego. And I think that is why, I value how self-aware I've become, because I don't lie to myself. If somebody says something to me that like triggers me and I'm like get defensive, even if I get defensive in the moment, I'm like, okay, why did I get defensive? Is this true? Is this a part of me? And then I evaluate, like, all right, yeah, no, they don't know what they're talking about. Like, I know that that's not me. Or, oh shit, like maybe that is me. And it's a game, and I have a hunger and I have a thirst, and I love to improve. Like, the people in my life, you go 6 months without talking to me, it's a whole nother chapter, it's a whole nother era. Like, I have stories on stories. You can't even know all of the stories because I thrive off of, like, I love not being stagnant. I spent too much time in stagnation most of my life. I always joke and I say I feel like my life didn't really start until I was like 21. I feel like that's where my awareness started to kick in, where my consciousness started to kick in. Before then, I don't feel like I was living. I don't. I went through living the same year after year after year, making the same horrible choices after choices after choices. And I just know that, and when I was going through those loops, I was holding on to this nasty habit. And I feel like, okay, I try to convince myself, like, okay, like I've been making progress. Life is good. I can hold on to this. I've been trying to hold on to weed with dear life. But God keeps telling me, baby girl, this is not for you. Maybe other people are built to attain this type of success. Also, you don't know what their success really is. You don't really know what's going on behind doors, closed doors. But maybe this person can thrive like that. You cannot. I can't function that way. I'm not as highly functioning. I'm not as highly functioning as when I am in my natural state. And the same goes with you. Whatever you're putting your time into, your brain, your energy into. This is just my personal story because that's what I'm going through, but your journey might look like something different. But we're all going through these similar themes. So I think the universe is just pushing us to take an honest look at ourselves and get real about becoming the best versions of ourselves. When I say high, vibrating high, everything is energy, everything is frequency. You are a frequency. And there are things that put you at a higher frequency, that put you more elevated, that put you closer to God, that put you higher in your highest being, and there's things that put you down. There's things that bring you down, that tear you down. What are you subscribing to? What are you putting your energy and your time on? You need to be aware of that. And if you're lying to yourself, you need to stop. Because ignorance is not bliss anymore. Ignorance is not bliss anymore. I mean, it is. It's comfortable. It's comfortable. But it's time to open your eyes and see the reality and be really clear. It's time to stop playing victim. Where the freak am I? And own up. But y'all, I am reaching my destination. I hope this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for watching this video and spending time. Please leave a like, comment, rate, subscribe. And we'll talk really, 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 really soon. Thank you. Have a lovely time, day, night, wherever you are in life. Bye, y'all.